Okay, would you
You
like to
guys,
be the
I'm
buyer?
sorry, do you have, I don't have any scripts with me. I
Sure.
mean,
Yeah, so why don't I play the agent and I just need a buyer and we can kind of role play it out. And then Michael, let me see. I can post. I'm gonna see if I can post.
I mean, I have the old scripts that I used to use with Bold.
I don't know what that is.
Bold is Keller Williams.
Oh, okay. So it's probably pretty much the same thing. But basically, Kay, if you want, we'll get started and I can be the agent if you can be the buyer and we can kind of role play this out real quick. And then if anybody else wants to do it, I was trying to find I have that same picture you have, Kay. Here it is. I'm going to post it in the group so everybody can see what we're doing. So I just sent it in the chat. Okay.
Okay.
So, Kay, you're a buyer. You've come onto my website and I'm trying to find your motivation. And let's say you want to buy in 3 months in Richmond, possibly. How about that? How's that sound? You ready?
Good.
That's good.
I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna take my camera off too because I don't like looking at myself.
Yeah, I've got some notification that beeps all the time that I can't turn off somehow. So I've tried, so ignore it.
Oh, okay. We can try to play around with it later if you want. But
I've
all right, well,
tried.
I'm gonna call you. Ring ring.
Hello,
Hi, may I speak with Kay?
this is she.
Hi, Kay. This is Tanya with TanyaSellsVirginia.com. You've just been recently looking at homes on my website, and I wanted to follow up with you.
Okay.
Yeah, so it looks like
What website was that again? I don't.
yeah, it's TanyaSellsVirginia.com.
Okay.
And you had registered there, and it looks like 123 Main Street has really caught your eye. So I wanted to give you a call and see what caught your eye about that home.
Okay.
So tell me a little bit about what you're looking for. This is a 3-bedroom in Richmond.
Right.
Is that what you're looking
for? Right. I prefer to be outside of the city. And I definitely need 2 bathrooms.
Okay. So you're looking for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath outside, like in the suburbs of Richmond. Okay. Awesome. Well, when are you looking to make that move?
Well, I'm not sure. My lease runs out in June.
June.
So,
Okay.
yeah. And my rent is
Maybe.
going up considerably. So,
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So you want to maybe start building your own wealth here and start purchasing a home. Okay. Well, I would love to help you. Tell me a little bit about the price point you're looking for. What are you comfortable spending every month on your mortgage?
well, that's kind of the problem. I really can't afford what I like. I was hoping to be somewhere in the 250 to 350 range. That's a huge
Okay.
range, isn't it? Is that too big of a range?
Well, I mean, it can, that could be a little bit like $500-600 difference a month in your mortgage.
Okay.
And that's where, me as the realtor will help you in finding the home. One of the next steps we want to do is work with a local lender to kind of find that buying power that you have and where you feel comfortable with today's rates with your mortgage and keeping you at that point. Do you have someone in mind or would you need a referral to a local lender?
Well, I have a relationship with Bank of America. I just don't know how are they with mortgages.
Yeah, so Bank of America is great for banking. I tell people, if you want to have a mortgage, if you have already pulled your credit with Bank of America, you have 15 days to shop around for rates and find other lenders and it not go against your credit. I like to work.
Would you say how many days?
You have 15 days.
15.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
15. Okay.
15. Yes, ma'am. One of the things about Bank of America is, they're not a mortgage company, so they're not
Right.
really going to have everything facilitated in a timely manner. And once we go under contract, it takes about 30 days to get to the closing table. And we really want someone that's going to work with us,
Right.
after hours if need be. I do work with a local lender. I can get you connected with him, build that relationship, check his rates, go from there, and then we can find your buying power. In
Okay.
the meantime, I want to do a couple things for you, Kay. I want to send you some homes that are currently on the market via email that are 3 bedroom, 2 bath outside of Richmond. And then I'm also going to send you my app. And let's see if you like that platform. It's called HomeSnap. And you can adjust your filters and you can message me through the app. And that way you don't go to Zillow or Realtor.com because every agent in the Richmond area is going to blow your phone up.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's where we'll start with the search and then kind of let me know what works, what you don't want to compromise, what your must-haves, I've got to
Okay.
have a fenced-in yard or whatever it is, and then we
That
can
would be
work together and
nice.
find that.
Right. I got a nice
Yeah, yeah.
list.
Okay, great. Yes, that's what I'm here for. So let's make that list work and I'll send you some things on the market. You said it's been a while since you bought, correct? A
Yes.
home? Okay. Well, I also have a really nice buyer's guide, and it's going to map
Okay.
out the whole process. I'd love to meet you at Panera or Starbucks and just kind of go over the book, give you the book to take, and that way all the steps that we're about to do once we find the home. It'll explain the difference between an appraiser, the inspection, and kind of
Right.
map it out for you.
Oh,
What
that would be
time works?
nice. I work during the
Okay,
day.
okay, I can come to you on a Saturday as well.
Okay. All right. That sounds good.
Yeah, does this Saturday work?
Um, what time were you thinking?
Whatever works for you. I can come to you. I just need about a half hour of your time. And we
Okay.
can just meet at the local Starbucks. I'll send you the address. I'm going to be texting you some information as well. So you can
Okay.
let me know what area you're in. And then we can meet I'll send you an address to a Starbucks and we can meet there, whatever time works for you.
Okay. I could probably do early afternoon. I got some grandchildren things going on that morning.
Okay. Well, let's meet, say 12 o'clock. This Saturday, we'll go over that buyer's guide, send you some information via email, text, and then I'm going to connect you with my local lender, George Temple, as well. And like I said, it's never too early to start. He can start looking at everything as a whole, your buying power, and then we'll work together to find the home.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. It was really nice to talk to you.
Thank
Um,
you.
Yeah, so I'll hop on a phone call with you again in a couple days just to see if how you're liking the HomeSnap app, and then we'll go from there.
Okay. That sounds great. Thank you very much.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, guys, give it to me. How'd I sound?
You sounded
Like not
great.
awake?
I
Not
wanted
awake?
to, um,
I
I have to
probably would
learn
have
to,
been
I have to
more.
learn to be quiet, and be comfortable with silence.
Yeah, I usually would be a little bit more diving in and maybe asking some personal questions.
Right.
You know,
Right.
sometimes the role playing that's why I like doing this because it makes me think when I'm on the phone what I forget to say or, um, you know,
Right.
we've got someone wanting to come in. So does anybody else have anything to say? Natalie, come on, give it to me.
I thought you guys sounded great. I would definitely try to in the beginning, I would be like, "When do you wanna see it? You wanna see it now? I can meet you right now. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Go
Let's
for
go.
the kill. Let's
Get
Whoa.
in the
go.
car.
Okay.
Get in
Let
the
me get
car."
dressed.
Would you, even if she's looking to buy in June, you would have got
Yep.
in front of her? Okay.
I wanna see them right now.
And would
Judy,
you have
nothing.
got,
If it's just a lease, shoot, I'll get you out of your lease.
would you get the buyer broker right then too?
No, probably not. I'm super weird about it.
Okay.
But I always tell people, like, listen, if you don't like me, then you don't have to work with me.
Right.
But if you do,
And
you will sign your life.
wouldn't you want to meet with them in person to make sure you want to work with them as well?
Exactly.
I have
Pretty
an,
much.
I put a bunch, I put all of the contract and the broker agreement. Well, I got to redo it now into a Google Dropbox. A Google Drive folder, and I can eventually link that for them to start looking at some of the paperwork they'll have to sign.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if that scares them off or not.
So for me,
Am
I
I the
always
only
get a
one
buyer
with my?
broker. I'm really adamant about getting that buyer broker and having that representation, and get before I walk in the door.
As long as you know what you're allowed and not allowed to say and offer, I think that it doesn't. I mean, it's obviously good to have, but at the end of the day, it almost is like, if you don't want to work with me, then you're not going to want to work with me. So it's not like I'm going to just
Right.
try and hold you to it.
Right. And that's pretty much what I say too. I just say, I am not just a real estate agent, I'm a realtor, and I'm held to a higher code of ethics. And in the state of Virginia, I'm supposed to have representation when I walk you in a door. I mean, what happens? If you think about it, what happens if a dog attacks your client? You know what I mean? Like, you're supposed to legally have representation to have them in the home.
Oh shoot! I was putting my contact information in there. I didn't mean to hit enter. Okay.
But it all depends on how, I guess, like Natalie, I know we came from a team that he didn't push that. I was always trained where I was at my first go round where you have to have it. Either it's 123 Main Street or a time frame, you know.
Yeah.
But that's just what was engulfed in me and early on. And it's all how you read the depot manual.
Yeah. I just know I'm not allowed to give out certain information. Like, I can't advise you. I can show you a house and I can give you all the information that I can send you in an email in the MLS without being your legal representation. But that's it.
Right. But as soon as there's an intent to buy a home and you're opening a door, you're supposed to have representation.
Legally?
By your code of ethics, yeah. Or by the depot manual, yes. Yeah, but we can go over that another day, but yes. Christian and Christine had many of talks about that and meetings. So, but I mean, a lot of people don't do it. They get it right at the right when they're writing an offer. So when I'm talking to people on the phone,
that one.
right. But so, like, one of the things too, when I'm on the phone with someone that I've just met, and they're like, well, I kind of like talked to an agent a couple times, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm shopping around, right? You get that kind of feedback. And I say, did you write an offer with that agent? And if they're like, yeah, then more than likely they've got a buyer broker and you need to see that buyer broker. I've seen some buyer brokers that people didn't even realize they signed. And they've got the wordage in there that I'm your agent for 6 months. And if you use another agent, all 3% still goes to this brokerage. And it's like, oh, okay. I would have been screwed.
Can they enforce something like that?
In Virginia, yes.
Oh, okay. Because here in Florida, it only applies if, to one property. If they show that property and they bought the property, not with them, but with a different broker, then that you're not the procuring cost. So, I don't know. I'm kind of confused about that sometimes. Because most of the time they tell you that they didn't sign anything.
Yeah, I know you guys do things different in Florida than we do. But I mean, if you are the procuring cause to the sale of that house and you were the agent, yes. Now, some people sign buyer brokers left and right, and some you don't necessarily know. But if you have emails where you're sending them, and I guess it just depends. I'm that agent where I'm not going to fight it. I'm kind of like with Natalie, like if you don't want to work with me, and I've had
Agree.
people that I've had buyer brokers with, and they, you know, their cousin got their license all of a sudden, and I rip it up. I'm not that, you know. However, if you've spent 6 months showing this person, you know, numerous houses and time and a lot of time and money with this person, and they just decide they want to use another agent in 3 months, whatever, for no reason, then you can talk to that other
Yeah.
agent and get a 25% referral.
Okay. It's better than nothing anyways.
I always
Yeah.
say get the right to represent like the minute that you get in front of them. You know, you can
Yes.
sit down and have a conversation with them and explain to them how important it is that you are their person for all their, you know,
I say,
basically
I'm
you're
committed to
protecting
you.
them, you're representing them in every aspect of the way.
Yep.
And,
You're hiring me
and
as your
so,
agent.
yeah. And then, you know, I know in Virginia, we have different ethical laws, and our agreement is, you know, required, and state of Florida, it's not. But I honestly always recommend everybody to get one. I honestly had my sister, who it was her first deal. She took her client to a builder. She had you know, she didn't have an agreement yet, but she went under contract. A few months into the process, the client decided he wanted to change communities. And in that process, he also wanted to change realtors and did not notify anyone and just kind of put someone else's name on there. And the builder honored it because we had no exclusive right to represent. My sister was out, even though it was the same builder, she was under contract already. So and to be honest too, the brokers are not going to go out there and fight for you.
No.
We tried. And so I would always say, have that agreement, you know, in black and white. You know, you can't argue that.
Well, maybe we could role play sometime on how we explain it to them and explain to them this says you are hiring me, you know, and this is how it works.
Yeah.
And, you know, and if you have a problem with me, or, you know, just talk to me about it first. And of course, I will let you out if our relationship needs
Well, like
to end.
our buyer broker has what our commission is on it. It also has them sign a signature that says, be aware you could be recorded when we go into homes. So I just say this discloses the, you know, keep in mind there, you could be recorded. I need your signature here. This states that the seller is going to represent my commission or pay my commission in the event that it's not full 3%. You know, it's up to you. If you want to say to your client, you know, then you would be responsible for the rest of the commission, because my commission is 3%. Or, you know, some people don't go over that part, but it does
That's
talk
a
about
hard conversation. Yeah, they're only paying 2. You're going to give me, you know, but I
Yeah.
think that would be a great role play one day of how to
Sure.
talk about the commission and money. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's
I
very
like that.
I like that too.
hard,
I like
especially
that because it, you know, it could be uncomfortable, especially if you don't know the contract. So definitely learn the exclusive right to represent, your agreements, learn them, you know, at least
Yeah.
you know, on the surface, right? I mean, you don't have,
Right.
I know it's 12 pages long, I think, in Virginia, right? No, sorry, 4 pages long
What?
in
Well-
Northern Virginia. So,
Oh, okay.
I mean, it depends on different states, I think different MLS or associations as well. You might have different.
and I think that falls into, I took the ABR course thinking it would be my license renewal, but it didn't count. But anyway, they really talked a lot about your value, you know, presenting your value to your buyers. And I think that's another way to use that. I'm reminding myself of this as I think of it. You know, when you're with that buyer broker agreement, you know, the value that this is what I'm going to do for you, you know, when you hire me, and this hires me, kind of.
Yeah, I just kind of
shortcut.
say, you know, this is you hiring me as your agent. At any point that I'm not doing my job, I'll rip this
Right.
up.
Right.
But I feel when I have buyer brokers, I look at it kind of like money on the board. So I
Right.
have a board that I have, a huge board in my office, and that's one of the checkoffs. Like I know I've got, let's say, Tim, Bob, blah, 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 that's in the near future, my hot list, right? And then I check off first thing, do I have a buyer broker?
Yep.
Sounds good.
Yeah. It'll just
It's
be a
hard.
great opportunity. I think role playing with this would be so great. I have some ideas, Tanya, that I can share with you. But
Okay.
we have like a buyer consultation where you actually sit down with your buyer prior to going out and seeing homes.
Yeah,
And then
that's
you
what
can
Kay and
go
I role
over that.
played. I don't know if you were there.
Mhm.
That's what pretty much like what Kay and I just role played out, where she wasn't looking to buy in June. So I said, well,
Yeah.
let's meet this Saturday and go over my buyer broker. And then, I'm sorry, my buyer's guide
Yeah.
at a Starbucks.
Right.
So
Right.
that's kind of how I would have done it. And then Natalie, she goes in for the kills. She was like, hey, let's go look at it now.
Well, and face to face is easier for
sometimes it
me.
works.
Yeah,
I
I'm
guess
better
it
at
depends
face
on
to
your
face.
client.
I need to see their reaction. I'm so much better face to face.
It could be an experience, when you do a buyer's questionnaire and you find out everything about them, what's important to them, their family, birthdays, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, it's
That's the
building a
great time.
relationship. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I like the
Yeah.
one when you say, have you signed any, you're working with another realtor, or have you signed anything? They're like, I don't know. I don't know if
Who
I'm
you
signed
working
it or not.
Give me their
Like,
You're
name.
gonna be because you're about to be working with me.
I'll
You're
call-
about
I'll
to sign
call
this
them.
paper.
I'll call them and break up with them for you.
There you go.
Well, we have to get it in writing, okay? Make sure they do it in writing and you get a copy of it. I that's something that I've experienced in an open house before, that they're like, well, we want to work with you. And I was like, well, first,
Wonderful, but-
that is your decision. You would have to, cancel your agreement. I need a copy of that because I don't want to end up under contract and then having to give my commission away.
Right. I don't know if you were on the
tell
phone.
people get real squirrely about like, well, I'm already like working with somebody and she was like so nice and like was sending us stuff. And I'm like, listen, if you don't want to work with her, she probably doesn't want to work with you either. So don't be weird about it. Just
Right.
send an email.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't even have to make a phone call. Send an email, send a text message. If you're
Yeah.
like, not everybody is prepared to like make a phone call and put their big kid pants on. I hate it. I hate confrontation.
Me too.
But yeah, no one's going to be like, you don't want to work with me, but please be like, oh, bye then. Bye then. Unless I've shown
But
you
it definitely has to.
trying to go buy a house with somebody. You can work with them. You can go work with them, but they're going to pay me.
Right.
And
And I don't know, Jeanette, if you heard when we were talking to Kay, I was like, I've had one client, she wanted to work with me. I found out she had written an offer with another one. So I wanted to see the buyer broker. She got me a copy of the buyer broker she signed, and it was a brokerage that actually put in there that for this, the time frame that was like, say, January 1st to May 5th, whatever it was, if the client purchases another home at another brokerage, the original procuring brokerage gets all 3%.
There is no cancellation clause.
Nope.
That's why
I
it's
had
so
Christian-
important for us to read it with
Yeah.
our clients,
Yep.
because they really didn't have their best interests, and that's what our ethical laws protect. That's when you're under contract, you're protecting your client in every sense of the word.
Right. And it just shows, that you are there for them, I think, as well. And it just sets that standard. I'm committed to you. This
it
shows
doesn't
that you're
just
hiring me. Look, Kay's taking a phone call. She's doing LP mama
She's
over
doing
there.
leads.
I
Lead
always
generation.
tell people like this doesn't just protect you. This doesn't just protect me, it protects you too.
Yeah.
That's right.
my fiduciary duty is to you only now. Outside of this, like, I have no obligation to you whatsoever. Once you're my client and you're not just a random customer off the street, like, that should make you feel good. I'm here for you.
Yes,
Let's go.
yes. Let's make them feel
Let's go
good.
eat. And then I feed people. I feed people and I buy their babies cute shoes.
Well, it's so funny. One of the
You're the-
very first house that I ever sold. No, it was my second house in Suffolk. This was like 3.5 years ago. They were not married. They were cutest little couple, and they've gotten married. And she just had a baby. And I'm bringing baby shoes tomorrow to go see the baby. And he's going to sell his house next year with me. So, but it's in a really cute area in Suffolk. I loved that house. But yeah, always stay in front of your past clients. If they follow them, they have
I have
babies,
Easter
show up with baby
baskets. My
shoes.
friend- I have little Easter baskets in my entryway on the bench for the babies, for my little Suffolk babies, all my little babies.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like the Easter Bunny fairy.
Did you
I
pull a
thought
marketing
about that,
ticket
doing
like I
it
told you
for
to?
a
Jen?
hunt.
Did you pull a marketing ticket for your question?
Oh yeah,
Okay, good.
they just respond. Whoever just responded, I seen the things coming through when I was in the
Okay.
bathroom.
And what'd you say, Jeanette? You're doing the same thing with? Oh yeah,
Oh, I
we
thought
should
it would
doing
be so
baskets.
fun. It would
It's
be
so
so fun to do
cute.
Easter egg hunt with, I mean, it's, I don't know if you can pull it off, but
That's
you
a
can
great
call
idea.
in some, some of your clients and stuff like that and do something fun like that in a park.
Yeah.
I do every year. I think, you know what, next year I'm gonna
It's hard to do
next
it
year I'm gonna
all,
do
isn't it?
every-
It's hard to do it all. We should I want to start going on the first of the month and delivering birthday cakes to all the police officers and fire departments and things like that for that birthday month.
I do that for the Marine Corps because my husband's a Marine. We
Oh,
would go
that's
to the
awesome.
recruiting stations and drop off a birthday cake in like our
Okay.
near.
I need to find
And
it. My dad was a
there's
Marine.
one like
Maybe
right
I can
here.
use that.
Yeah, I mean, you guys got, you find your niche, whatever something that speaks to you, and then you celebrate it.
My
So you take-
lender,
where
he's
do
a
you take
Homes for Heroes.
Where do you take the birthday cake?
Just go get a little cake, happy birthday, and then of course have all your cards. And I go the first of the month. Well, I haven't yet. I'm gonna start doing it. April 1st. Delivering cakes to your local police departments, firehouses, things like that. Have information. If you don't already have a relationship with a lender, I've got a great one I can connect you with that he does Homes for Heroes as well, and firefighters, police officers, nurses, and teachers. So you can even do it to the local schools. Schools are really weird about getting into right now. So that's kind of,
Yeah.
I
Well,
didn't think I would do schools.
I take fruit to my neighborhood school and leave it in the teacher, big boxes of fruit because
Oh.
it's cheap and whole fruit like bananas, apples, oranges, and pears. Because they said everybody else brings donuts and cookies, so I take big boxes of fruit. I just wrap the box in foil.
There
But
you
I
go.
haven't asked for names yet. I've just been taking it up there.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then
You
at
could
the beginning of
probably,
school,
if you're going to your school, then you can probably go to that school's website and get most of the emails, like the teachers' emails. I think you can still get it off the website.
Mhm.
very good.
A lot
My
of the
daughter
schools
made a
have
thing-
like a vendor list because they're so weird. They went to vendor listings, so you can sign up. Like I know here in Suffolk, you can sign up to be a vendor with the school, and so then when there's anything ever going on where they need volunteers for certain things, or they have something going on where you can have a booth or offer your services, you're already a registered vendor.
That's cool.
That's
Vendor
really good
list.
idea. This is
Yeah.
really cute. My daughter, I did kind bars for the beginning of school, and my daughter made it up. Bar none, teachers are the kindest, or something like that. Went over very well. Bar
That's
none,
cute.
teachers
That's
are the
cute.
best.
These are great strategies, guys, to lead gen.
Yes.
You'll
Yes.
be known in your community, and you're pretty much promoting your brand. And so people, it's okay for you not to drop off, your information immediately, because if you create
Right.
that
Right.
relationship, for example, I had someone who drop off pizzas every Friday, or I think once a month on a Friday, to the police department. And everybody drops off donuts, right, for police officers, right? So they thought Pizza Friday. And so they would do that, and they became known, and they were like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. They never said who they were. They just went by, dropped it off. It was just in their community. And finally, they would start posting on Facebook groups and say, this person's so sweet, blah, blah, blah. And finally, she did come forward and put her information out there. And now she has all these people who are so grateful. So
Good stuff.
One of the other
Yeah.
things too you can do, instead of getting a basket at the at the closing table, I have a little Canva thing that I made up that, and I'll try to post it. Basically, I show up that weekend when they're moving. Like you've built a relationship. All right. Let's say we know they're Navy. We know they're going to get the keys on Thursday. All their Navy buddies are coming Saturday to help them move. I show up with pizza and beer, and that's my gift to you. And all those guys know
Yep.
that I'm the realtor.
That's
Everybody
great.
loves that.
I've offered their little housewarming, like, hey, when you're ready, and obviously not everybody is going to have the same kitchen, because I really wanted to go with the personal chef. I don't even, who was talking about that at conference? The
David.
Was
David.
it?
Mhm.
So I have a little bougier client who I'm going to offer that to here. But I have two other clients, one who would just like not be interested in that, but she loves margaritas. So I was like, Moe's and margaritas, like when you get
Yeah.
here, because they're not here yet, you let me know, and I'm coming with, because it's not great. Like Moe's for catering is like not crazy. I could do it myself. I could put on my chef jacket and I'm not interested. Everybody keeps telling me like, why am I not doing it? And I'm like, because I don't want to. I'm not cooking. I don't want to cook for my clients. Like, I just want to show up and eat the food with everybody else.
Right.
And I said pizza, beer
I love
for my
Natalie.
other little babies who don't even have a kitchen to cook in, basically. Like, they have a microwave and like it's just this tiny little house, but they have a beautiful backyard and a ton of like baby Navy friends. But I'm looking for a chef right now. So chef and a
So
bar.
what was he talking about? Like just a personal chef would come in for
Tell
the
him like,
bougie clients?
invite your closest friends and tell them to bring their significant other. You want all the decision makers at the table, or, bring a guest, whatever. And those are your next 12, 6, 3, 1 client, whoever, whatever it is.
You show up you're at the dinner as well as the realtor.
I'm going to the dinner.
Yeah, 'cause
Okay,
you're
and how
co-
much
you're
does something like
co-host.
that
Like, I
cost?
might be the bartender too, but I'm going to be at the dinner. Like, I will be sitting with the table.
Mhm.
Okay. And what does something like that cost?
I don't know yet. It can go anywhere depending on from what I've researched. I mean, it can go up to $150 a person. I mean, it can go higher than that, obviously, but like anywhere from 40. It depends on what it is. Like, if they want to do like a freaking bougie brunch party, it's a little less expensive because somebody comes and they have everything and they're still there, but they're not cooking there. They're bringing a lot of things and just making it like a beautiful buffet and whatever. Mimosas and all of that, Bloody Mary bar. And then you have
Yeah.
like,
I mean, that's
literally,
like a $500 gift.
It could be more depending, but that's okay. I mean, when the
Well,
house,
if you've got a
Depends on-
$700,000 house.
yeah,
Yeah.
it depends on what it is. So like, I have a client here whose name is a very big name in Suffolk. It's a 5th generation name. And they bought a house and they're selling their other house. And so I'm like, okay, I had to have a little bit different caliber of a gift. They didn't need it. They're not really like that, but
But
their
it was-
friends and their family probably are.
Right.
So just
Right.
thinking
And
ahead.
it's just like doing an open house for the seller. They think we're doing them a favor when really you're doing me a favor.
So yeah, so
So-
everything has its, but it was just funny that I went I immediately wanted to do it. And then I was like, oh my God, like the first two people that closed when I came back were not really like hire a chef type of families. Really, it
Clientele,
wasn't so much
yeah.
anything to do with their home. It was more like she wants she wants me to rent a margarita machine type of person and cater Moe's. Like that's that's her jam. And then the babies are just like, we want pizza and beer and all of our little hoodlum Navy friends. So I'm like, whatever.
Keep it simple. Yeah.
Mhm. And then it
All
eliminates
right,
like people like running around for a gift. I mean, I still always give something. Like I gave her Tito's and bourbon, but
right?
Yeah, you tailor it, personalize it to your client.
yeah, a microwave. My little baby's got a microwave.
Well, we got some great ideas, got some great
Mhm.
ways to start our week today. Kay, I'm gonna send, do you all have your phone number, Kay? I think you,
I posted it in the chat, but I'll give it to you.
oh, okay. Let me go in here then and find it before Michael turns us off. Okay, there it is. So I'm gonna text you right now, and then, everyone, does anybody else have any questions or anything else? I want to get ready for Robert getting ready to come on.
Yeah. Do you have the registration for that? Do I need to register or can I just use Jan Edwards sent me her Zoom link. I hadn't gotten registered to that yet.
Okay, do you get the Sunday email from Matthew Hodges that comes
No.
out? You're not
Not
getting
yet.
that.
No, I
What-
just signed up last week though.
What's your email? I'll forward you mine.
Okay. Jan forwarded me hers. Jan Edwards did.
Oh,
Then
okay.
yeah, I would register because it's a specific link that you have to have, right, Jeanette, to get into the 10 o'clock.
Everybody has their own, so then you'll look like you're Jennifer too.
Okay.
If you use her link, but that's okay. It's up to you.
Okay.
However you-
So I can use Jan's? Oh, they'll think I'm Jan Edwards.
But if
Yeah.
she's registered with LPT, doesn't she get it automatically? Just search for his name. It should come up.
Okay. All right. Maybe I don't know him. It's from
Let me see.
Scott.
Yeah, Sundays are really important email that comes out from Matthew Hodges with all the upcoming corporate.
Matthew. Okay. All right.
yeah.
Let me see what I got
And
here.
then these calls, you're in the Freedom Network with Jeanette and David Kurz. That's where you'll see information on this and other things that they put out through the week. Like tomorrow is a good one at 11:30 with Rosie.
Yeah.
She goes over a lot of email tips as well. Or, I'm sorry, real estate tips as well.
Yeah, I got the one that I had today. You know, the all the different webinars this week.
Okay.
But I don't think
The very first one should be the Monday motivation with Robert's face and Matthew's face.
no, I'm the one I got was Freedom Achievers starting Monday with Tanya. Tomorrow's Rosie.
Oh, okay. So that's
Unplugged
from
with
David.
Yeah, that's good,
Yeah, that's from David. But from corporate will be Matthew Hodges.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah,
I'll make
so we
sure.
have corporate things and then I'm not sure what organization you're on. I don't think you're on us, but you can come to anything the Freedom Network puts out.
Okay, great.
You know what? For the first time, mine says LPT Studio. It doesn't say Matthew anymore.
Okay.
It said
LPT
LPT
Studio.
Studio.
Interesting.
I don't have that either.
But you
Okay,
are
Okay,
registered
what's your
with LPT.
email?
K Springfield Real Estate at gmail.com right now.
Okay.
I think Jan and I are under Kelly Wheeler, so we
Yeah,
are.
it wouldn't hurt to kind of see where she's at and what she's putting out for you as well then. But we have a great rapport or a great thing going with LPT. So you just because you're not on our network, you can still be
I
part of our
appreciate
network.
that. Yes, that's I want to belong.
That's right.
Mhm.
So cute. She's so
You
cute.
should bring tomorrow is the Richmond
I
rally,
need red
right?
hair.
No,
Tomorrow-
tomorrow's what?
When is the Richmond rally?
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Did you know about that, Kay?
Yes.
Okay, are you going?
Yes.
and you registered?
The rally, yes.
Okay, awesome. Bring an agent.
I've got 2 I need to talk to, so I got to get off
Or
the phone.
or 2 or 3 or, dozen,
Yeah.
however you like, as many as you want.
I have 2 people that, excuse me, that want to hear more about it. But to be honest, I've got to learn Chime, and I've also got to keep working with my clients, and I've also got 6 credit hours I got to take today before Friday. So,
Yeah. Well, so that opportunity of bringing them into the lunch and learn would be great then. So that way you don't have to spend the time explaining
Right.
everything to them.
right.
Somebody else will, and then you just follow up. So that'll be great. And they get to meet everybody around you as well,
Oh, the other thing I want to say really about what's different in Virginia versus Florida and corporate. When we get an ICA in Virginia, right? Like say an agent, we know they want to join our organization, the ICA, they've read it, they sign that I'm their sponsor. Florida does not start getting their license transferred. The agent has to do it. It's different in Florida. If someone signs the ICA in Florida, corporate starts taking their license and putting it with LPT. So I had to get that straight with corporate, that we're different here in Virginia. That, in other words, corporate told an agent, okay, well, we're going to get your license transferred. She was like, whoa, 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 I'm not ready to do that yet. I'm gonna come under Tanya, but I don't want to transfer it till June. Well, it kind of messed everything up because they weren't aware that in Virginia, when you sign an ICA, corporate is not going to start transferring your license. The agent has to do it. Does that make sense? So I
Right,
look
and
at I look at an ICA. How many ICAs do I have? How many buyer brokers do I have? Who do I need to connect with this week? It's a good way to keep track of your business.
Right. And I actually wrote down the steps that I had to take so that I could help people that I attract. Because I kept texting Christian, what do I do next? What do I do next?
Yeah, and Christian's great. I mean, he's an amazing broker, but and don't forget the person that brought you in is your sponsor. They should be helping you too.
Yeah, she was very helpful.
Yeah. Or, Jan's still learning too, but whoever's above Jan.
Yeah, Kelly's in Florida.
Okay.
Kelly Wheeler. It's a guy. Anyway, I'm gonna go too, so I can do something before
Yeah, we gotta get
my
ready
first
for Robert.
corporate. My first corporate. I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
see you guys
very
next Monday.
listening to Robert talk is very empowering. It's a great way to start your week. So let's all get ready for that.
Oh, great. Thank you.
All right, guys. We'll talk soon.